Hey fam, what's happening? It is Ben. Welcome back to another practice. So for today's class, we're going to start in a downward facing dog, just getting right into the flow of things. As you come into your downward facing dog, take a couple breaths and find any intuitive movement that might feel nice in your system. You could rock side to side, you could bounce up and down, you could bend the knees. Just kind of follow your intuition here. Notice how you're doing today. How is your mind doing? How is your spirit doing? All right, from here, take a bend into the knees and then round the spine a lot. Straighten the legs, plank pose, round forward into plank. And then dip the knees down and scoop the hips up, downward facing dog. Let's do it a few times. So round forward into plank pose. Drop the knees, scoop the hips up, downward facing dog. Round forward into plank pose, drop the knees, scoop the hips up, down dog. Keep it going. Round forward into plank, scoop back, downward facing dog. Round forward into plank, scoop up, downward facing dog. Last one, round into plank, scoop it to downward facing dog. Reach the right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the right foot up to the top of your mat, drop the left knee down, and rise up into a lunge. Reach the hands up to the sky. Take a nice breath in. Stay here, breath out. Bring the hands down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. From plank pose, find chaturanga, lower halfway. Upward facing dog. You could always take a little baby cobra pose instead, and then find downward facing dog. From down dog, reach the left foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the left foot to the top of your space. Drop the right knee down, reach the hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank pose. From plank, find chaturanga, slowly lower. You could always lower to the belly. You could always use your knees down as well. Pull through, up dog. Send it back to your down dog. Let's do this simple flow a couple more times. Right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step to the top of your space. Drop the left knee down. Reach the hands up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank pose. Move through your Vinyasa, chaturanga. Maybe an upward facing dog. And then let's find down dog. Left foot up, three-legged dog. Left foot steps to the top of your space. Drop the right knee down. Circle the hands up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank pose. Move through your Vinyasa. Just a nice, simple way to open the body and build some strength. From down dog, right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step right foot to the top of your space. Drop the left knee down, hands up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank position. From plank, find chaturanga, lower down. Pull through, upward facing dog. Release back, downward facing dog. Left foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the left foot through. Drop the right knee down. Reach the hands up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. From plank pose, shift back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, walk the hands backwards to the feet, finding a forward fold at the back of your mat. Sway side to side a couple times. Relax the body. Get a little nice and lazy with it through the arms, through the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Just let this feel good for a moment. Then rise all the way up to standing. As we come into standing, let's try out a dancer's pose. So we're still getting warmed up, but we're going to see how this feels after doing a few of those lunges. Bring the left hand onto the left foot. Try to grab the inside edge of the foot, but if you need to grab the outer edge of the foot, that's fine as well. Open up into your dancer's pose. And just try to breathe. This pose can be as mellow, just standing, or as deep as you want it to be. Try to take 2 breaths. And then let's come back to standing. Give yourself a moment to come back to center, and then we'll switch sides in a moment. All right, let's try the same thing other side. So bring your right hand into your right foot, left hand up to the sky, and then open up into your dancer's position. Give yourself a few breaths. Great job, y'all. Just embrace all the wobbles. If you fall out of it, embrace that. No big deal. That's the nice thing about practicing online, is that who cares? As long as we're not judging ourselves, that's all that matters. Come back to center, and then step to the top of your mat. From the top of your mat, reach the hands up. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank pose. From plank pose, drop the knees down for tabletop. As you get to tabletop, take a cow pose, drop the belly, curl the heart forward. Take a cat pose, press away, big round in the spine. Do that one more time. Cow pose, drop the belly, look forward. Cat pose, big rounding in the spine as we push away. Come back through center, knee down, side plank. Pivot the right foot off the side of your mat. Step the left foot back. Reach the left hand to the sky. You could stay right here. Make sure the right knee is underneath the hip. You could stay here. You could lift the leg up, or you could reach for the bind. This is a good way to find sort of that dancer's pose type energy without being in a single-legged balance. We just have a little more stability in this pose. Give yourself one more breath. And then go ahead and release. As you release, switch sides, knee down, side plank with the right hand up. So pivot the left foot out, step the right foot back, open the right hand to the sky, float the right leg, optional bind, right foot, right hand. And then just let this be a nice expansive place to be. Give yourself 2 breaths. Release when you're ready. As you release, come back through center, tabletop position. From tabletop, tuck the toes under, down dog. From down dog, reach the right foot to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step the right foot up for warrior 2. So right foot up, drop the left heel down, open up the arms, find your breath. We're here for a moment. From warrior 2, bring the hands to heart center. Turn to face forward into more of a high crescent lunge, so coming high onto the back toes. Pull the left knee all the way up into the chest for 1-legged Tadasana, and then take dancer's pose. Left foot to left hand, and go ahead and expand from there. Then from here, let's release to standing. From standing, inhale, hands up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands down, step back to plank pose. From plank pose, lower down to chaturanga or to the belly. Pull through, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot to the sky, 3-legged dog. Left foot steps to the top of your space. Rotate the right heel down, warrior 2 position. Breathe. Hands to heart center. Turn the body to face forward. Pull the right knee up into the chest. 1-legged Tadasana into your dancer's position. As you come into dancer's pose, breathe for a moment. And then let it go. Return to standing. From standing, hands up. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, step to plank pose, move through your vinyasa, or you could always skip the vinyasa and go right back to downward facing dog. From down dog, the journey is the same. Right leg up, 3-legged dog, step to the top of your space, warrior 2. From warrior two, bring your hands to heart center, turn to face forward, and then pull the left knee up into the chest, one-legged Tadasana, into dancer's position. From dancer's pose, breathe for a moment. Notice the space that we're creating. Each time, maybe it feels a little bit more available. And then release to standing. Pause here, take a deep breath in. Take an exhale out. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, place the hands down, plank pose, step back. Chaturanga, lower down. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog. Left foot up, three-legged dog. Left foot steps to the top of your space. Open up to warrior two. Bring your hands to heart center. Turn to face forward and then pull the right knee up into the chest. From one-legged Tadasana, we head to dancer's pose. Let yourself expand. Gently release. Come back to standing. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Place the hands down, plank pose, and move through your vinyasa from there. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One more time, same thing, right leg up, right leg top of your space. Rotate the left heel down, warrior two. Hands to heart center. Turn to face forward. Left knee pulls into the chest. Find your dancer's position. Give yourself a breath here. And then release to standing. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold as we exhale. Halfway lift as we inhale. Hands down, step back, move through your vinyasa. Take your time with it, just finding connection at every step of the way. Let's meet in down dog, and then we'll reach left foot to the sky. Three-legged dog. Left foot travels top of your space. Warrior two. Bring the hands to heart center. Turn to face forward. More of a high crescent position. Pull the right knee into your chest, and then find your dancer's pose. From dancer's pose, give yourself a breath, and then release back to standing. Reach the hands up. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Place the hands down, plank pose, step back, and from plank, move through your vinyasa, or you can skip it and go right back to downward facing dog. That is where we will meet. From down dog, take a child's pose. Drop the knees, drop the forehead, send the hips back in space. Let yourself breathe. Let's take a shoulder stretch. Take the right arm, thread the needle. Right arm goes under. You can either let the right ear come down or just lay the forehead down. I like to rest my right ear towards the mat. You can always take the left arm and circle it up and back into a half bind. Release the left arm forward. Release the right arm as well, and then switch sides, thread the needle, left arm under. Ground down into the position. Optional half bind, right arm loops behind your low back. Come back through center. As you come back through center, tabletop, come up. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the right foot outside the right hand for a lizard lunge. Drop the left knee down, and then circle the right hand back for a quad stretch. Let yourself breathe for a moment here. And even if you can't reach the bind, even just going for it is still going to open up the quad muscle. So it's kind of irrelevant whether or not you catch the bind. It's just going for the bind. That's what's going to create a nice opening quad stretch for your body. So take a moment here, just another breath or two. As you release the foot, come into half splits, pull the hips back. And it's okay if you're in a little bit of a wider stance. with your right leg here. Just let yourself bow into the space. Shift forward, place the hands down, step directly to downward facing dog. Let's lift the left foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the left foot forward, come into this lizard position, drop the knee down, and then open up into your quad stretch. This should be feeling hopefully a little bit more open than usual, just because of all those dancers poses. We're working a lot of related shapes in today's practice, so hopefully this feels quite nice. Give yourself another 2 breaths. Release the arm, pull the hips back, hamstring stretch. Shift forward, place the hands on the ground, step back to plank pose. From plank, take chaturanga, and then move through your vinyasa, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's walk forward, forward fold top of the mat. From your forward fold, step the feet wide, come into a malasana squat, sinking the hips nice and low. From here you could stay, or you could reach down for the mat, take a crow pose, lift knees onto triceps, float the feet. If you're going for the arm balance, try to stay for 2 breaths. Let's all release to malasana squat. And then let's sink all the way down to the mat. Come into a boat pose. From this boat pose, we'll try to breathe. You can always use the hands to support your legs, or you could release the arms out. Let's try to stay here for 10, 9, great job, y'all, 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, last 3, last 2. On 1, lay down on your back, bridge pose. Place the feet down, bridge the hips up to the sky. Give yourself a moment to be in this space. Lots of good strength today, y'all. Release down to the mat. Reclined bound angle pose, feet together, knees wide. Reach the arms overhead, stretch into the shoulders. Give yourself a few breaths here. From here, feet onto the mat. Feet go wide, drop the knees together into the middle of your space. You can either stay here, or sometimes windshield wipers feel good, working into our internal hip rotation with these knee drops. From here, open into a reclined star pose. This is basically like Shavasana, except the legs go wide, the arms go wide. It's like we're a snow angel that got frozen at its widest spot of the snow angel. Just breathe into the belly here for the whole body. Just relax down. My friends, this is where I'm going to leave you. I recommend holding this pose for a while, or releasing to a Shavasana, which is just laying on the back, and then staying there for a few minutes, just letting yourself rest before you go on to whatever is coming next in your day. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear how these classes are resonating with you. And until next time, I hope to see you soon. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more. And I'm just wishing you nothing but love, success, blessings, and prosperity on your journey. All right, my friends, talk to you soon. Until next time, peace.